from the Eye in Alaska, Week 1. Vancouver Legion here in Alaska at the Eye of the Storm to take on the Alaska Storm. Good to be back here for SFL action. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. My name is Eric Vincent alongside the Bronze Bomber, Matt Wilson. We are back in action once again. Matt, good to have you along with me again.
Good to be here, Eric. Looking forward to some good gold competitive football from two playoff contenders from last season.
Two playoff contenders. Of course, don't tell Vancouver owner Andy Hamilton about Cade Stevens' catch last year. That'll set him off already. But it looks like the Storm will receive to start the game off. The Legion will defend the north goal. We are all set for kickoff here. And away we go. From inside the 10-yard line, Alaska brings it up to about the 30. And that is where they will take over to start things off. Robert Merrill out there with the return. This offense... Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Pretty good starting position for Merrill to start off the game.
Quarterback Ron Cochran, number 3, up to the line of scrimmage here. He's got 3 wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen. He'll drop back to pass on his first play. Has a receiver over the middle and it's broken up.
Keep in mind, this Alaska team does not have a contract running back, so I think we're going to see a lot of passing today by Cochran.
Good point. Very good point as we'll go over the rosters here. Looking over the quarterback, Ron Cochran, already mentioned him. Do not have a star running back, as Matt Wilson just pointed out. We do have Optimus Klein moving over to the wide receiver position this year, which makes room for Yassine Clifton at the tight end spot. Check down over to the running back, and that is Stanley Nordellis. And he will make it out to about the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short.
I'll take that all day long from a non-contract player. Get 7 yards.
Well, Cochran went through his progressions, took what the defense was giving him, and just checked it down to Nordellis, the generic running back. Looks like he's got 2 running backs in the backfield this time. We'll see what happens as Cochran drops back to pass again. Deep pass. Has a man open. He had a step past the corner all the way down to, looks like the 26-yard line, 28-yard line, excuse me. Great play over there, Matt.
Yeah, great throw from Cochran. Boy, no replay, but looked like he got behind the corner there. It just was a beautiful pass from Cochran.
Looking at the Vancouver defense quickly, Major Key is the only, Major Key and, of course, Jadon, the long-winded name, are the corners for Vancouver, as Merrill actually snags his first grab. 6-yard gain out to the 21-yard line, nearing the red zone of Vancouver.
Alaska moving the ball very efficiently so far. See if Vancouver adjusts to this all-out passing attack.
The former member of the Swarm, Mahmoud Ajlani, he is the free safety back there with Joshua Banner. He is the strong safety. Frank Champion, outside linebacker, along with Marquise Reed, is the inside linebacker. And they sneak inside the red zone there with a great screen pass. First down for Nordellis. Great little play there.
Yeah, I'm starting to see what Alaska's cooking, the swing pass. It might be a swing city day today.
It's certainly what it's looking like so far. Although there was that deep pass. I believe that was, I'm not sure who that was, that grabbed that deep ball. Snuck behind Banner, it looked like. Cochran's going to pass again. He has a man over the right-hand side. Looks like that's Nordellis again. Did he make it into the end zone? He did not. He's going to be marked out at about the 1-foot line.
It's looking like the MVP on the first drive.
Just a great effort there. almost made it into the end zone. They're going to make it 2nd and inches, like I said, from about the 1 foot line.
This is where things get tough with the non-contract back. See if they can stuff it in here.
Well, they are coming out with that power I formation. We'll see if they want to hand it off to Nordella, see if maybe he can sneak it in. They will not. Instead, Cochran has a man in the back of the end zone. Did he get his feet in bounds? He did not. Incomplete.
Oh, missed opportunity. He was wide open in the back of the end zone. That was Clifton, and just a little too far. Ooh, a challenge.
Ooh. Challenge on the field there. And they're going to challenge whether he got his foot in bounds. It is only 1 foot.
I thought it was 2 feet in the back of the end zone.
2 feet in the back of the end zone? That might be true.
Yeah, I think so.
Either way, Max Paul thinks he may have won this, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out here. And the catch was made out of bounds. So the Storm
didn't even look like he had 1 foot in on that one.
Yeah, exactly. So Max Paul loses an early timeout. Not 100% sure if that was worth the challenge, but nonetheless, made that happen there. .68 yards passing for Ron Cochran on this drive, and he's going to pass one more time. Has it out in the open, and that's a touchdown. Nordella sneaks into the end zone on a swing pass, and Alaska is on the board.
I want to rename him Notre Damus. Jesus. Look at this man. The one-man offense. Just throw it to him. I don't know what's going on with the Vancouver defense, but they didn't even try to cover him. He was just wide open.
It's a great job out there. Actually, Optimus Klein was the receiver that caught that deep ball, that 35-yard gain. And we're going to line up for the extra point here. Brad Brachet is their star kicker. And Brachet is able to knock it through. So it's a 7-0 lead for Alaska. This what you expected early on, Matt?
No, it's much more effective than I thought it was going to be. I thought they might struggle a little bit more than this. So I'm Vancouver. I'm a little concerned, especially about the screen game not being covered too well on the defensive side.
There was a heavy dose of screens. Obviously, that deep pass that we spoke of. And Ron Cochran ended that drive, his first drive, 7 of 8, 69 yards and a touchdown. Vancouver's turn to field the ball. They're going to field it inside their own 5. And they're going to bring it out to about the 24-yard line. And that is where Vancouver will take over.
I believe that was Ajlani on the return there.
Good return for Ajlani. Tom Pepper, the returning quarterback here, as he sets up shop. Vancouver in those Stormtrooper unis. Handoff there, going straight ahead. Out to about the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2. Jonathan Sanchez on the carry. Get a look at some of the rest of the offense here. Jeremy Vega, the returner Brett Killian, both out at wide receiver, along with Cade Stevens, the star wide receiver from last year that actually stole a couple wins for the Vancouver Legion. Pepper is actually going to swing it out this time. A little swing game of his own out to the 30-yard line. Before the defense wraps him up. That was actually generic fullback Brick Wall. What a name for a fullback.
Perfect name for a fullback. And hey, nice little gain. Sets up 3rd and short. I like it.
Tristan Carr is the tight end, number 84. And I mentioned Jonathan Sanchez. He's the returning star running back, number 49. He will get the handoff. Has a little bit of daylight, but is swallowed up really quick. And that'll be a 3-and-out for this Vancouver offense.
Ugh. Spelling some trouble here. Vancouver defense better get some adjustments made because they just got taken to the woodshed on the last drive.
As a quarterback, what are you telling your guys as you come out of a 3-and-out here as they get ready to punt the ball away?
On the Alaska side?
Oh no, on the Vancouver side.
Keep your heads up and get ready to get some more balls thrown your way because you can't get down on yourselves too much. It's the first drive. But you got to be hoping your D steps up and, like I say, at least hold them to a field goal.
And we're getting set up for this second possession here. Cochran had a pretty good first one. He's got 5 wideouts, excuse me. Had a receiver over on the side, the left-hand side, Klein. But it looks like old Jadon, the newcomer over at the corner, excuse me, able to tip that ball away. Great defensive play.
That's what they need to do. They need to force them, like I say, 3rd and longs. Don't let them get anything too much going in the screen game, the swing game, and get them in these long situations because I don't think they're going to run very much.
Second down and 10 now. Handoff's going to be to Nordellis, trying to make his way out to the outside.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be effective in a traditional form of run like that, or with the fullback. You've got to use them in more creative ways.
I definitely agree with that. It sets up a 3rd and long now. We'll see what happens. Cochran's going to pass once again over the middle of the field. What a snag. Great catch for a first down. And that's Optimus Klein once again with a great catch.
Yeah, when I did their preseason game, he was a big, big contributor. It looks like he's doing it again.
Some of the best hands in the league right there. Optimus
and a big
Klein.
boy on top of that.
The former tight end, like I said, moving now to wide receiver. And Alaska has a 1st and 10 from 46 now. Cochran's going to pass once again. Has time over the middle of the field. That's caught once again. Klein's got another catch.
Credit to Cochran. He's just been smooth in the pocket. Sometimes he gets a little jittery and throws some iffy balls, but he's been on the mark most of the day.
He's been doing a great job so far. Only 3 incompletions total. As they're now forming a power I. Cochran's going to pass once again, though. Has a man over the left-hand side. I think that's Klein once again. Klein is just everywhere today, especially on this drive.
Yeah, he's been the one-man wrecking crew. Again, Cochran just throwing these balls, lasers. Look at that. You can't throw it any better than that. Right over the outstretched arms of the defender. Even gives Klein a chance to get some extra yards after the catch.
Frank Champion in there on the stop. But this Vancouver defense is on its heels early on here in this first quarter of action with about 4.5 minutes left to go. Two backs in the backfield. Cochran's going to be under center. He's got 3 wideouts. He's going to turn and hand the ball off to Nordellis, who goes nowhere. And once again, that's what we were talking about right there with the generic running back.
More of a traditional run, and again, it's generally not quite as effective. Big banner there with a nice stop, the strong safety.
Banner's been the one standout here on the defense so far. Vancouver coming out with a 3-down lineman look, extra backer and extra defensive back on the field. Cochran again has plenty of time. Flag on the play, and that's a touchdown thrown to Robert Merrill, but we'll see what the flag is on the field.
I think it's coming back. I think we got a hold.
Did seem to have plenty of time. We'll see what the referee says. Still not as good.
You hate to see that.
Oh, absolutely. A
That's
silly
just a
penalty
mental
like that.
mistake.
That's McGowan, number 63, the guilty party on the illegal man downfield. So rather than a touchdown, up 13-0, Alaska is going to reel it back in and have a 2nd and 15 from the 26. Cochran with time again. One-handed grab over on the left-hand side.
Guess who?
Guess who once again? Optimus Climb. Good-looking play. Good-looking grab.
Good-looking player.
How'd you like to throw to Optimus Climb?
A little behind, but, you know, it was catchable.
4 wideouts now. Cochran had a man, but it's just dropped in the middle of the field there. Trying to check what that number was. Was that 13?
Yep.
The newcomer, Jeff Como.
Como with the rookie jitters. Happens to the best of us.
Spoken from the veteran bronze bomber.
It's been a while, you know, but I had mine. I only won 4 games my first season.
Well, Brad Brachet, the rookie kicker, is going to line up for a field goal here. Should be about a 34-yarder. High snap, gets it down, kick is up and away, and it is good. Officially a 33-yarder, so 10-0 now for Alaska.
Yeah, Andy Hamilton's got to be happy with that, though. It could have been a touchdown, and just giving up 3 is a win.
Could have been way worse. But it ends up being a victory for the Vancouver defense. And Alaska is going to tee the ball up once again here as we get a look at the eye of the storm here in Alaska. Beautiful day for football today.
Well, maybe for Alaska.
Well, 23 degrees, mostly cloudy. A little bit of snow this morning, but nothing to worry about now.
I prefer a margarita on a nice hot Mexican day, but that's just me.
As Agilani brings that up, he brings it up to the 25-yard line. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the second possession for the Vancouver Legion.
See if Alex Dominguez can get his big body in here.
That's true. I haven't even mentioned the Alaska defense just yet. They got off the field in a hurry the last time as Jonathan Sanchez gets a carry, brings it out to the 30-yard line, and that's where we will introduce this Alaska defense. Big sexy Alex Dominguez, number 69, shifting over to defensive end, the 3-year veteran. We also have Andrew Francis in there at inside linebacker. The corners, Evan Carroll and Ryan Davidson. Ryan Tobin and Tony Willis are your safeties, as Jonathan Sanchez goes nowhere that time. Loss of yardage, 3rd and 7.
Not what you want to see when you're a Vancouver team. You're trying to run the ball, and it's not going your way.
Which is certainly not what owner Andy Hamilton's looking for, especially out of his big bag, Jonathan Sanchez. Now forcing into a 3rd and long. It's definitely a passing down, and Pepper will pass. He has a man over the left-hand side. Caught over the middle of the field. 1st down. And that's Kate Stevens with his first catch.
Nice hands by Stevens. I mean, it's a good throw, but it's an even better catch. He's got to reach out just over the DB and make it just a great grab. Evan Carroll tried his best, but it just wasn't good enough that time.
Not that time, as Pepper finally gets a completion here. Out to the 46-yard line. Short drop. He's going to swing it out to Sanchez. Sanchez with the grab. Stiff arms one defender. Brings it out to the 45-yard line. That was a good-looking play.
And I think he gave him the old cold shoulder. Ouch.
Ooh.
Those never feel good.
Let's see what you did there.
Yeah.
Ryan Davidson, the unfortunate receiver of that stiff arm by Jonathan Sanchez. So 2nd and 2 as we tick down into a minute. Jonathan Sanchez gets the 1st down out to the 43-yard line of Alaska. And Vancouver finally sees the play in opponent's territory here as we wind down to the 1st quarter.
Yeah, they run their offense more how they want. They want to get these, 4 or 5 yard runs and then make it a 2nd and, medium or short, not, to go 3rd and 7 or 8 every time.
In an I formation now, as Pepper takes his time, he's going to hand it off once again to Sanchez. He only gets about a 2-yard gain out to the 40-yard line, and we'll see if maybe that'll be the final play of the first quarter.
I think they got one more play left in them.
Going to try and sneak up here. Maybe get one more play. He's going to have to beat the clock, and he does just barely. Pepper's going to throw a short pass over the middle, only good for about maybe 1 or 2. And that stop was made over the middle of the field by Chris Mack, one of the generic linebackers. As the first quarter comes to a close here in Alaska, 10-0 for the hometown Storm. We'll be right back with the second quarter of action in just a second. Switching sides of the field. 3rd and 5 now for the Legion. From the 38-yard line, Pepper's going to pass once again. He has a man over the middle of the field. Couldn't quite make the grab. Stevens trying to make that diving grab. Carroll was out there on the coverage.
Yeah, he tried to slide in there, and it just slipped out. Let's see. Ooh, yep. Lost a little bit of concentration.
Trying to do his best Optimus Klein impression. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out for him.
That's a major win for Alaska. Now they got to get the ball back. The 10-point lead. See if they can pin him down here in the corner.
Punt is away by Kingston. Long, lofty punt, and they will down it inside the 5 at the 2. What a punt.
Can't do it much better than that. No sliding returners today. You just let that ball drop, drop, drop. Boop. Just touch it. There you go.
Great play by the special teams, and we will pause for this moment from our broadcast team. We'll get to that in just a second. From the 2-yard line, 1st and 10 for Alaska. Handoff to Nordellis. He's got a nice little handoff out to the 9. Good 7 or 8-yard gain on 1st down.
Nordellis is out to make me look like an idiot. There's a traditional run out of the end zone, and he gets 8 yards. That's spectacular.
Second and 2 now. Still in that power I formation. We'll see if they want to hand it off once again. Looks like they will. Nordellis trying to take the long way around. He loses most of that yardage again. Frank Champion gets in there and gobbles him up in the backfield.
There, I just gained a few IQ points back.
Making yourself look good again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that matters.
Third down and long from the 5-yard line. Nordellis thought he had some daylight. Couldn't quite make it out past the 1st down marker, so it'll be 4th down. So we'll get a punt once again from Alaska, deep inside their own territory. Able to get the punt away. Vancouver's going to set up the return. They're going to have great field position here, as Agilani is making it out to the 32-yard line, so not a great punt from Alaska there. Punt by Tutu only goes about 20 or 30 yards.
Apologize for the call. You know, the ladies are always busy and waiting. I'm back now.
Good to have you back. We'll have you here for the Vancouver possession here as Sanchez gets another handoff, sidesteps one defender out to the 29. 2nd and 7, 3-yard gain there.
Not the best, not the worst. I'll take it.
Looks like we're sitting at 59 viewers. That's our high for right now. Looks like we're sitting at about 53 currently. Great numbers. As Sanchez gets another handoff, he will get up to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Yeah, he's had a few yards, but he's had trouble getting going consistently. If Vancouver's plan is to run the ball most of the game, it might not work. At least what I've seen so far.
That was Andrew Francis in there on the tackle. By the way, I want to thank the great Andy Hamilton for doing our stats today for today's game. Pepper's going to pass once again. Looks like he has a man, and he does. Out in the middle of the field is Cade Stevens once again with a first down grab.
Yeah, redeeming himself from that slide here. And nice throw, too, by Pepper. He gets... Yep, right where only his receiver can get it. It's exactly where you want to put that ball.
Threading the needle, and that brings them into the SFL red zone as we get a look at Cade Stevens lining up on the outside. Power I formation, 3 wideouts, Pepper under center. Only 3 down linemen for Alaska. Pepper's got some time stepping around in the pocket. He's thrown, and it's caught by Stevens anyway. No, it's incomplete.
Oh, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous game. Running around in the pocket and throwing, getting hit. Ball looked like it didn't quite have the velocity it normally would, and it could have been easily picked off.
Didn't look like he saw the defender coming up behind him. Wrapped him around the hips, and that kind of created a lofty, awkward kind of spiral. Would have been a great play if Stevens held on to it. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10 here from the 15. Vancouver trying to finally get themselves on the board. Jonathan Sanchez with a handoff. He goes nowhere. He's going to lose a couple, in fact.
Here's that 3rd and long I was talking about. Let's see if Andy Hamilton can dial up a big play here.
Just about everybody was in there on the stop, including the generic Jason Julian. It's going to be 3rd and 11 now from the 17. Pepper's going to pass. Has time over the right-hand side. Tipped away at the last second.
Trying to go to Jeremy Vega, but he was well covered. But looks like Vancouver has a chance to get on the board, so look, baby steps.
Baby steps. They have an opportunity to kick a field goal here. See how that ends up for Vancouver. It'll be probably about another 33, 34-yard field goal. Snap a little low, gets it up and away, and it is good. 33-yard field goal for Vancouver, and Vancouver's finally on the board in this season 10.
Pretty routine field goal, but we've seen worse misses, so points is points.
Bex Kickham's once again coming back for his 2nd season with the Legion. And he has the ball teed off, ready to kick off to the Storm. We'll see if Cochran can continue his hot streak. Already thrown for 126 yards and a touchdown. As Merrill brings it out to about the 26-yard line, no further, and that's where Alaska will take over.
Alaska got to be careful now. They can't just fall asleep. Vancouver can come storming back in a hurry.
Got to keep the foot on the gas, so to speak.
Yeah, their first drive was their best, and they've kind of petered out a little bit here so far.
See what Cochran can do this time. It's going to be a play action, fake, over to the right-hand side, toe drag, swag. Catch is made. 8-yard gain by Optimus Klein once again.
A little spice there, play action. Why not throw it to Klein, right? He just can't. He catches everything.
Good looking play there by the wily veteran. Gain of 8 on first down. That's what you like to see as a quarterback.
When they catch the ball, it makes you look good.
Cochran's going to throw deep on the left-hand side. Got Klein once again. Unbelievable.
Earth to Legion, Earth to Legion, cover Optimus Klein. Hello. Up. Beat his man. Yep, too easy.
And that's the newcomer, Jadon.
That fade route. But hey, I'd be fading to Klein too. I'd be throwing everything to Klein at this point.
Kind of unfair to put the rookie on someone like Optimus Klein. But someone's going to have to cover him as Cochran hands off. What a hit in the backfield. Lost a tube on the play. Franklin gets him in the backfield.
Yeah, again, those traditional running plays. Most probably not going to be too big of gainers, but you got to keep the defense honest.
Cochran's going to have 2 backs in the backfield this time. 3 wide outs. He'll be under center. 2nd and 12 as we creep inside. 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Pass over to the right-hand side is caught. Out to the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's Como in there with another catch.
Alaska's marching down the field so far. Let's see if they can convert here.
Actually, excuse me, that was his first catch. Como as Cochran throws once again. Oh, what a snag.
I think they roughed Klein.
It's very possible they did. He's looking a little wobbly as he's getting up here. We'll see what the referee has to say.
Yep. I think there's a bit of frustration from Vancouver. I mean, Klein's just totally destroyed their defense, and yeah, there's no place for that in this league. Come on, guys.
The generic safety, Dre Graham, out there with the late hit, and that sets Alaska up beautifully. 1st and goal from inside the 10. Nordellis is offset. Cochran over on the left-hand side has a man caught by Klein out to the 4-yard line.
Klein's just playing. It's just pitch and catch out there. I'm watching him at the bottom of the screen. Makes a nice move, and that's all Ron Cochran had to do. Just throw it in his direction.
It's just almost unfair the way he's just been catching everything. He's got 145 yards in the first half.
Watch out again at the bottom of your screen, Klein. One-on-one on the corner.
We'll see if Cochran wants to throw the fade here.
Short.
Over on the right-hand side. No one covers him. Waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, Alaska.
They lulled you. Cochran kept throwing to Klein, and then they go to the non-contract tight end over here, and there's nobody there. They're all concentrated on Optimus Klein. So, smart play calling there.
Great play calling by Max Paul. The flow of the play was going all the way to the left. So, of course, Debo just sneaks right in on the right-hand side. It's an easy touchdown. Extra point up and good for Alaska. And now we will pause for that ad from our broadcast team.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Great ad from our commissioner, Cameron Irvine, about how you can join us in the broadcast booth. Ajalowny brings it out to the 32-yard line this time around. And with about 4.5 minutes left to play, we'll see if Vancouver can get on the board. What do you think they have to do here, Matt?
I think they got to air it out a little bit more. They got to open up this defense. The running game is not really doing much. Don't want it getting out of hand.
Pepper's gonna, he got crunched as he threw that ball out to the fullback. Only gets about a couple. Was that really worth it?
I don't know. It's another brick in the wall, but that's about it.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. 2nd and 8 now for the Legion.
Wonder how many times I can use that joke. We'll have to see.
Well, that's why I have you around for all the punniness. High formation for Pepper. He will hand it off to Sanchez. Gets gobbled up in the backfield. Loses 1 or 2 on that play. And guess who? Big ol' sexy right there. Jonathan Dominguez.
Yeah, he was at my last hot tub party. It was a good time. The man knows how to party. No doubt.
I said Jonathan Dominguez. I meant Alex Dominguez.
I was going to say, but maybe you got a second name.
Pepper's going to take a short drop here and gets swallowed up in the backfield. Sacked on the play, and I believe that was Big Six. No, it was not. It was one of the generics, Gerald Thomas, in there on the stop. He'll get credit for the sack, and it'll be 4th and 12.
Not a good look for Vancouver right now. I mean, you're punting back to Alaska. They've got plenty of time, 3 timeouts. You can't let them score pretty much anything.
Punts away. Merrill is waiting for it, and he'll get stopped right as soon as he fields it. He goes nowhere. So Alaska will take over at the 34-yard line.
The secondary needs to step up for Vancouver and get a turnover. Pick 6, something. Something to spark, turn the momentum the other way, because it's all in Alaska's favor at the moment.
It's true, and this Vancouver team is returning pretty much everybody from their previous team. As Cochran throws once again, he has Nordellis. He gets a shoulder thrown into him. That was Champion that laid the lumber.
Might just be Dallas now after that hit. Ow, knocked the end right off his nameplate.
Good 4-yard gain, though, on first down. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, you kind of want to work the clock a little bit, so I like it. You got a lot of time.
Cochran's going to have 4 wideouts. Nordellis in the backfield. Delayed play fake. Over to the right-hand side. Has a man. And that's caught once again by, I believe that was Como.
They're really working the play-action game. I haven't seen anything like this in a while. Play-action tends to be a little maybe underused in the SL. He was wide open.
Nice little snag by
Selection
Como
might
there.
be catching Vancouver a little bit off balance.
Well, they've been going to climb pretty much the entirety of the game. Have to try and mix it up a little bit now.
Just the play action, though, might be freezing those corners.
That's true. Short drop this time for Cochran. Feels the pocket, throws it over the middle, and guess who? Optimus Klein once again with another catch.
Yeah, it wasn't long before he was going to get back involved.
I mean, you really can't blame Cochran for going back to him over and over and over again as we reach the 2-minute warning here in Alaska. Hometown Storm up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I might bring a safety over and, just put 2 men on Klein and make him beat you some other way because he's just abusive, and now he's in the slot. Look out.
Over 150 yards in one half. The majority of the passing yards from Cochran. Cochran's going to sling it out to Nordellis, though, who's got probably the other piece of it as he gets a first down out to the 41-yard line of Vancouver.
Nordellis has been great in the passing game. Passing game's just been beautiful by Alaska this half. Couldn't have done it any better myself. Maybe a little bit, but not much.
Bunched receivers towards the top of the screen for Cochran this time. Letting the clock kind of tick down. Has a man over in the middle of the field. That's caught. Agilani out there on the stop.
Alaska's just doing the perfect thing. They're working the clock, moving down, getting to a scoring position, and they're not going to let Vancouver have another shot on offense.
That was the fullback Hank Granite on the catch there. 4 down lineman for the Legion as Cochran throws it over the middle. He's got another first down. And that was Optimus Klein with yet another catch. Cochran's going to go no huddle here. Snaps the ball, takes his time, over the middle of the field. I think that's Klein once again. No, that's Robert Merrill with a catch. Not electing to use their timeouts just yet. Cochran getting reset. Steps up into the pocket, and he's thrown down to the turf. What a play as Alaska burns their second timeout. Remember, they lost one in that challenge earlier in the game.
Leroy Jenkins with a sack.
Just a nice little stunt there. Gets into the backfield and is able to sack Cochran.
Critical play here for Vancouver. They need a stop.
Cochran's going to throw. He has a man inside the 10-yard line.
Mr. Klein.
Mr. Klein.
You know, I was calling Ron Cochran Riverboat Ron because he's a bit of a gambler, but I don't know. He's been looking real solid here.
Cochran comes up to the line. He's got 27 seconds left to go here. It's 1st and goal, but the field goal unit's on the field? What gives?
That's a little safe. I mean, you can run one play in the middle of the field and clock it. I don't get it, but better safe than sorry, I guess.
We'll see if they put the 3 points on the board. It is up and good from 21. Brachet adds another field goal to his resume tonight.
But now you've given Vancouver the ball back, and that's not what I as a coach would want. Anything can happen on these returns. They get it back to midfield, a Hail Mary, and, you know, nothing's out of the question at that point.
It's true. Plenty of time here. See if maybe Vancouver can throw up a player. Agelani is going to return it. He has some room over on the left. He's going backwards, though, out to the 24-yard line. Unfortunate for Agelani.
Trying to do too much. Just got to get what you can and get down. You're not going to be able to outrun the special teams, or not likely.
So let's see what Tom Pepper and company wants to do here.
You got to dial up a pass. You got to take a chance here.
With their timeouts left, you might as well. 18 seconds left to go. Instead, it'll be a handoff to Jonathan Sanchez. He'll get about 1 yard, and that'll probably be all she wrote for the first half.
Yeah, just like their uniforms. Vancouver's waving the white flag for this half.
Disappointing for the Vancouver offense coming out here in the first half. However, they still have another half to play. We'll see what happens here as the Hometown Storm up by 17 on Vancouver. Once again, this is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. both teams making out back onto the field. Alaska received to start things off, so they will kick off to the Legion and kick off this second half of action. What are you looking for both these teams in the second half here, Matt?
Alaska just keep doing what they're doing, and Vancouver needs to spark on offense. Their running game's just not getting it done. I mean, you know, maybe a swing pass, maybe some, like I say, they just work the field with the passing game, because they're 17 points behind at this point. They need at least 3 on this drive.
It would definitely help on this drive to get some sort of points on the board. So let's see what happens here as Tom Pepper starts out under center. He'll be in a power I formation. Jonathan Sanchez in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Actually had some room over the right-hand side. He stumbled or something. I'm not sure what happened, but he only got a 4-yard gain out of it.
It's a good gain, but I mean, I don't know. At this point in the game, you need more like 8-9 yards.
Didn't it look like he stumbled a little bit there? Like he probably could have gotten more?
That corner, I just think, closed on him in a hurry.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd and 6 now from the 33. Still a decent gain on first down as Sanchez has the first down, I believe. No, they'll mark him just shy. I think that's a terrible spot.
Could we see a challenge? I don't know. It might not be worth a timeout.
I'm not sure if it'd be worth it at this point. 3rd and inches.
Can the Alaska defense hold?
Looking at some score updates here, we've got St. Louis and Chicago both tied at 10 as Jonathan Sanchez makes it out past midfield to the 48-yard line of Alaska.
Yeah, we're resisting the first half. We need a little off-tackle, nice blocking. And that's more what Vancouver's looking for.
He had been waiting for a while to see a Jonathan Sanchez sighting. Finally got one here. And looks like we'll be lining up in a passing formation. Trips towards the top of the screen. Pepper will pass. Has a man, has a step. Caught by Stevens. On the right-hand side, he could go all the way. Touchdown, Vancouver.
See you later. Hello, Mr. Stevens.
You know, call me crazy. I think that was the spark they were looking for.
Yeah, I know. I just call it. It happens. Boom.
What a great play. Great snag by Stevens. Way to keep himself in bounds to avoid his momentum pushing him out of bounds.
Again, that's a quality throw by Pepper. It was right on the money so he could turn up field. If he throws that a little further out, then it's a much shorter gain. He's going to step out of bounds. He almost did.
Great play as Stevens gets his first touchdown grab of the new season. Up to 80 yards receiving. And Tom Pepper finally starting to increase his numbers a little bit. 3 of 7 for 96 yards and that touchdown. Up and away is the extra point by Beck's Kickums. I'm reversing his name. 20-10 is the score from Alaska as Vancouver's getting ready to tee the ball off once again. Kick is away. Merrill's going to field it from about the 10. Spins up the field out to about the 30-yard line. That is where he will mark it. And excuse me, I got the stat line wrong. It was actually 8 of 10 for 96 yards and a touchdown. I was looking at the wrong stat line. So 2 wideouts. Nordellis in the backfield with Cochran.
Oh.
Throws it over the middle of the field. It's picked off. Great play by the Vancouver defense. That's exactly what they were looking for on defense. Marquise Reed.
The old vet coming up with a huge play. Playing his zone perfectly, and then, oof. Read the quarterback's eyes on that one.
Cochran was looking for Merrill, which is kind of strange considering he's been looking for Klein pretty much all day.
And now the situation totally changes. Vancouver can just go back to running the ball. Down 10 in Alaska territory.
Vancouver's actually set up nicely here. Down by 2 scores, but obviously plenty of time. And with that turnover, they can try and put some more points on the board. Not like that, though. Sacked on the play for a 2-yard loss. I believe that was Big Sexy.
My favorite Alaska party boy with a sack. He's been a little bit quiet, but, you know, the D's been solid except for that long pass play earlier.
Drops back to passes. Pepper over the middle of the field. Tipped and picked off by Alaska. So trading interceptions are these two offenses and defenses, come to think of it. Ryan Davidson with the great pick.
Yeah, off the deflection there. Just as a quarterback, you just got to be more careful. I mean, your team's set up in great position, at least for a field goal, and just, you hate to see that kind of thing happen. But can't hold your head down. Next series, shake it off. Shake it off.
Would have been great if Vancouver could get some points on the board after that turnover. Instead, they turned the ball right back over themselves. Cochran throwing the ball over the left-hand side. Caught! Optimus Klein is going to take it all the way. Is he going to get caught? He will at the 5, down to the 4.
Commentator's curse. I said, see ya, and now he got caught. Sorry, Klein. I
jinxed him a little bit on that play, but what a great route here. What are you looking for here as a quarterback?
I mean, he threw it, and Klein boxed him out with his body and then just said, sayonara. Almost made it to the end zone, but when you're a big body receiver, you've got to use your body to box out the smaller corner, and it's exactly what he did.
Over 250 yards receiving for Optimus Klein in this ball game. As now we've got 2 running backs in the backfield. Cochran's going to throw once again over to the right-hand side. Did not get his feet in bounds. That's incomplete.
No, it's a touchdown.
They're going to call that a touchdown?
Robert
Oh, jeez. Robert Merrill somehow got his foot in bounds. Are you kidding me?
I want to take a look at this. Let's see. Yeah, can't quite see the feet. So
replay wasn't great on that. I'm not sure if that's worth the challenge or not. Although, being down this much, you might want to challenge it, but it doesn't look like Andy Hamilton's going to throw the challenge flag.
That is just the worst case scenario of Vancouver. They had the ball, they had the momentum, and then they just, it's almost at least a 4-point swing. You know, 3-7 the other way.
Highly unfortunate for the Legion as Alaska tacks on another touchdown. And Robert Merrill gets his first touchdown of the year.
Still 8:04 left in the third, though. We got a long way to go. Things might be starting to heat up.
Plenty of time. Anything can happen in these ball games. You've been a part of some of those crazy games, obviously with that great Hail Mary game from last season.
Yeah, you know, the SFL leader in fourth quarter comebacks, knows a thing or two about him.
He very well might. Takes it from inside the 5. What a hit. Ajalowny pops right back up, but that was a great return and a great hit. Out to the 25.
We have liftoff. That turf must be like a freaking piece of concrete, how cold it is in Alaska.
As we mentioned, in the 20s up in Alaska for this ball game. Pepper's going to drop back to pass, has some time over the right-hand side, has a man, got his feet in bounds. That's a that's a 6-yard gain. I believe that was Killian out there with his catch.
Kind of a safe throw. It does stop the clock. I can't complain.
Absolutely crazy when you compare the quarterback numbers today. Over 300 yards for Cochran, barely over 100 for Tom Pepper. Takes the handoff from Jonathan Sanchez, and he gets out to the past the first down marker, out to the 36-yard line. And that'll be a
second effort there by Sanchez. He's keep moving those feet. He got that first down. Always good when you can get a few extra yards on contact.
Pepper's got 3 wide outs. He's going to pass once again. Over the middle of the field, tipped and knocked down. Incomplete.
He missed him there. He needed some more air under that ball. A little short.
His wide receiver had a step. If he had just aired it out maybe a little bit more, might have been able to get there.
If he airs out, he walks into the end zone.
Tristan Carr was the tight end. He was the intended receiver on that play. So it'll be a 2nd and 10 now from the 36-yard line. 7 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Hand off to Sanchez, who gets walloped in the backfield by that Alaska defense.
Yeah, they haven't had much luck running off tackle. It's more when they've gone up the middle through the teeth of that Alaska defense. They've had more success, so something to keep in mind for the future.
Julian once again with another stop, the generic linebacker. Pepper's under center this time. He will drop back to pass. Deep drop, pass time, over the right-hand side. That's caught, toe drag swag. And a great snag out there.
Let's see, it runs an out, I believe. Yep. And, ooh, that's close. Yeah, I think he gets 1 foot in.
I think he is able to get that toe in there. But it was super, super close as you're looking at it.
It's a very crisp out route and a good throw by Pepper.
So you get a look at Pepper's numbers there. 116 yards, 1 interception.
And that interception was a real backbreaker so far in this game.
A huge swing in this game as Pepper once again lines up under center. He's going to hand it off to Sanchez. Has room on the right-hand side. Gets out to the 45-yard line for probably a 4 or 5 yard gain there.
Actually, there's a strong run between the tackles again. That's where a big back like Sanchez should just live in that area. There's not many guys, at least as far as linebackers, that are going to be able to deal with that.
Handoff once again to Sanchez. Sanchez doesn't quite make the 1st down yardage. Only gets about 4 out to the 42-yard line.
This is going to be an interesting play call, 3rd and 1. You really need it. I would just give it to him in the middle. Don't try any of this long developing run stuff. Just hit it. Hit it fast.
Hit it and hit it hard. As we get a look at Sanchez's numbers, 18 rushes, 49 yards, 2.7 averaging on the ground, but they're going to throw it here, and it almost gets picked off once again. Davidson was back there again, just keeping an eye on that the whole time.
A bit of a head scratcher. You got 4th and 1, and I mean, there's nobody home.
Definitely tried to force that a little bit there. He was looking for Killian.
Yeah, Davidson was all over him. Not a chance. Now they got a punt.
Chance.
I don't know. Oh wait, the offense is on the field.
Well, they're going to try and go for it maybe on 4th and 1, possibly draw the defense off sides, get a free play.
They better be going for it. I wouldn't waste a timeout in this spot.
Under 10. Play clock's down to 5. And he does burn that timeout. So,
you know, you're at the 42. Why don't you just take the 5-yard penalty and punt it from there? Those timeouts are just so valuable.
That's a good point, because from that distance, 5 yards isn't going to matter a whole heck of a lot to a punter. It might actually help him a little bit more.
Yeah, you're still going to be able to corner it, and or at least get it inside the 10, I would assume. So, but what's done is done, and we'll see if this punt was worth the timeout.
Well, that's why we're in the broadcast booth and not on the sidelines.
Exactly.
So Kingston will line up for another punt here. Good hang time. And Merrill will let this one go. Will it land in the end zone? It will. Touchback.
I don't know if the ball was like reflective or something. They're like, they're allergic to it. They should have like scooped that thing up.
I'm not 100% sure. We'll pause for 30 seconds for an advertisement from our SFL partners.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
And we got a little handoff from Nordelos there out to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. The great Andy Hamilton, so multifaceted.
Or so he likes to think.
Cochran's going to pass. He has the man over the middle of the field. That's caught for first down yardage and more. Out to the 32-yard line. I believe that was Como with another catch.
So now if I'm Alaska, I'm going to go to the short passing game, the swing game, move down the field methodically and just run clock. Because you're in a great position here. You don't want to take any big chances. Don't throw it into coverage. Just keep the clock moving and, heck, run the ball once or twice even.
No real reason to, try anything super fancy here. Although it looks like we're going to go 5 wide for the Storm. We'll see what Cochran wants to do here as he has time. Deep over the left-hand side, tipped and knocked away. Great play by the former Swarm, Mahmoud Ajalauni.
Yeah, they did the exact opposite of what I suggested. They tried going for a deep shot, but luckily it wasn't picked.
It's a great play by Vancouver to stop the clock at 4 minutes 10 seconds in the third quarter. 2nd and 10, power I formation. They might be running it here. Maybe chew a little bit more clock. Instead, they'll pass. Cochran will swing it out, though, to Nordelos. No one around him. Gets about 4 or 5 yards out to the 36-yard line. Good play there.
Yeah, that's a play I much would have preferred on first down. But still, yes. Gets him in a 3rd and medium, and the clock is running. So can Vancouver step up here and make a very, very important defensive stop?
3rd and 6. Once again, going with that 5 wide formation. Cochran's going to pass again. Deep ball once again. This time picked up by Ajalauni. He's got some blockers on the right-hand side, but he'll get dragged down inside the 30-yard line at the 28. What a mistake by Cochran.
Yep, Riverboat Ron snuck in there a little bit. He had to take a shot. Ooh. To me, it looks like the wide receivers bumped into each other on that cross. Might have set off the timing a little bit. Cochran thought he was going to be a little bit farther down the field, and he wasn't. But, again, that's the risk you don't want to take.
Robert Merrill, the intended receiver on the play. Ajalauni just playing his center field position back there. Sets his team up nicely close to the red zone at the 28-yard line. Pepper's going to take it from the shotgun, has time, shifts around to the pocket, throws back over to the left-hand side, caught for a touchdown. Vancouver's back on the board.
Yeah, that's what you need right there. Nice response. Carr, he hit Carr this time. He underthrew him the last time. This time, slightly underthrow him, but in a safe area.
Kind of hard to miss him when he's got, 3 yards between him and the closest defender.
So now Vancouver is definitely back in this game.
It didn't take much. With an extra point here, they're down 2 possessions.
But the key is it's only 10 and not 14.
Exactly. So that they can get a touchdown and a field goal possibly. Of course, we're talking about it like this extra point is just automatic, and of course it's anything but. Could have easily been blocked there, but Kickums knocks it through. So Vancouver is, in fact, down 10, 27-17. They'll kick it back off to Alaska. We'll see what Robert Merrill can do on this return and see if Cochran can redeem himself from that awful pick. Can you think of an awful pick that you threw at one point in time, Matt?
I can think of 8 awful picks I threw in one game, so yes.
Ooh, jeez. Merrill fields it.
Sorry.
It's at the 10 out to the 30-yard line. Didn't mean to cut you off, Matt.
No problem. Enough of my personal Mexico stories.
Everyone loves your Mexico stories, though.
Yeah, there's some tons of fun and games down south.
Obviously, Big Sexy partakes in those games.
Yeah, we ship them down, freight.
Took you around the hot tub circuit up here in Alaska.
Yeah, no thanks.
First and 10 for Cochran. Not sure what he was trying to do there, but he's able to find Optimus Klein for a short gainer. But look at those numbers by the big fella. 257 yards on 14 catches. What a game for Optimus Klein.
Yeah, he's having the game of his career. I don't know what his record is as far as yards, but he might have it. In fact, I would go out on a limb and say he does have it for yards in a game.
I'd be willing to bet that. As Cochran is under center, he'll take a short drop, zings it over to the right-hand side. That's caught. First down yardage out to the 40-yard line. That one's Como.
I like everything about that except getting out of bounds.
Well, at this particular point in time, it doesn't stop the clock for long. It'll start here as soon as they set the ball. But it does stop the clock momentarily, unfortunately, for Alaska. Going with an offset I formation. Cochran's going to pass again. Instead of the screen over to Nordellis. Blockers did not get body-to-body on that one, and unfortunately, Nordellis only makes it out to the line of scrimmage.
Huh, so you missed an injury. Tony Willis. Some cramps.
Tony Willis, the former Skyhawk, coming over to Alaska in the offseason. Cochran's going to pass once again. Has time over the right-hand side. Got a man once again. He's got plenty of room on the right-hand side. Dragged down at the 13-yard line. What a play once again by this awesome quarterback, Ron Cochran, over to Yassine Clifton.
Trying to make up for that pick. And, oh, man. I think the corners ran into each other. And, yeah, Clifton said, hello, I'm right here. Yep, just give me the ball.
Easy pitch and catch there. Clifton, actually the cousin of Vancouver safety Mahmoud Ajalauni.
Ooh, there's a conflict of maybe they're watching the game together. Or,
family rivalry.
Yeah. Watch the replay.
First and 10 from the red zone. Nordellis makes it out only about a couple yards out to the 11-yard line.
Did a pretty good job of neutralizing Nordellis. He was that first strike, he was dynamite, but been kind of quiet ever since.
Optimus Klein more than picked up that slack after that, though.
Yeah.
He
just took over.
257 yards for the game as Cochran is in the shotgun once again. There's Klein over the middle of the field, has the first down. It'll be first and goal at the 3. Vancouver just has no answer for him today. I'm not 100% sure how they're letting him free.
I don't know. That's priority number 1. Stop that man.
Loading up the box this time. We'll see what Cochran wants to do. He will hand it off to Nordellis. Nordellis just kind of sneaks into the end zone, though. Touchdown once again for the Storm.
Too easy. Now he ropes his boat.
Rowing that boat as we get a look at the eye of the Storm here in Alaska.
Might not get too far in the frozen lakes of Alaska, but you know.
He'd certainly have to break a lot of ice in order to get anywhere.
He's new here. He'll adjust. Might want to get the ice pick out instead.
A huge drive by Alaska. Culminated with that huge catch by Yassine Clifton.
It seems that every time Vancouver inches close, Alaska just puts the hammer down and says, nope, you're not coming back.
Alaska boots that one through. It's now 34-17. Vancouver trying their best to keep themselves in this one. But as you said, Alaska just keeping that foot on the gas. we'll see what Vancouver can do here on this next play. What do you think they should do here? Maybe air it out a little bit more?
I've said that before. When they get behind like this, they've got to look big. They've had him a couple of Killian once. They've had some big strikes. So they just need to don't force it, but definitely be looking for it.
Wasn't a bad return by Angeloni as he makes it out to the 28-yard line. 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Ron Cochran over 400 yards passing.
Yeah, the majority of those going to Optimus Klein. 265 yards on 15 catches. That's bananas.
Starting to make me blush a little bit over here. Stop it, Ron.
Handoff to Johnson Sanchez goes nowhere. And once again, Davidson. No, that wasn't Davidson. Sorry, I thought it was 44 there for a hot second. It's actually 94. And that is Julian getting in there on the stop. Ryan Davidson's been all over the place for this Alaska team as we come to the end of the third quarter. The Storm up by 17. We'll see what the Legion can do to respond here in the fourth quarter. Sorry, I thought it was second. I formation for Pepper as he's under center. Step back at about the 20, has time. He'll check it down to Sanchez. Sanchez gets met in the backfield. Loss of about 2 or 3 on that play. And that was Julian once again playing the lumber.
As Cam would say, they're going the wrong way. Yeah, that was not a very good Cam.
No.
But he did. They're going the wrong way.
They're going the wrong way. Pepper's going to pass once again. Thought he had a man. I thought he had a man. Instead, that is knocked down by Davidson. He's been all over the place today for that Storm defense.
Not a good series.
Let's get a look at Davidson. Davidson just swats that ball away.
Yeah. That's a tough throw. I mean, he was kind of open, but, I mean, that's a great play by Davidson.
It was just a great play. Yeah, absolutely.
Just tracking that ball and batting it down.
Trying to thread the needle, unfortunately, just couldn't quite drop that ball in the old breadbasket.
It was rotten bread.
Rotten bread. Stale bread.
Moldy bread.
And Vancouver punts it away. Fielded at about the 35-yard line is Merrill. He'll make it out to about the 43-yard line, and that's where Alaska will take over once again. We will go ahead and pause for another advertisement from our great partners at APM Music.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
And once again, this is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Cochran throwing an incompletion on that play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 43. He's going to pass once again, has plenty of time. He's going to check it down to Nordellis, who gets met by Frank Champion, gobbled up in the backfield, and that's going to be no gain, 3rd and 10.
And Nordellis has been neutralized. That's one thing Vancouver's done right. They need to neutralize the rest of the team, unfortunately. Watch out for Klein here.
Klein has been the safety valve for Cochran once they moved away from the screen game for Nordellis. It's going to be an empty backfield. 5 wideouts for Cochran. Cochran getting gutsy and throwing it over the middle of the field. That was caught. And Como was a little slow getting up. He had that first down yardage, though, as we get another look at it.
Give a lot of credit to these Alaska receivers. They are holding on to the ball. They've not dropped many.
Great hit by the defense out there. Frank Champion out there, Agilani, both on the stop. Alaska driving once again, though, keeping the clock rolling. Probably going to put some more points on the board the way this drive is looking. As Cochran takes another shotgun snap over the middle of the field. That's caught. Another 7-yard gain.
Klein's getting near 300. Look out.
Cade Stevens has the touchdown grab, but Optimus Klein getting close to that 3 hondo mark. What a game by Optimus Klein.
Cochran stopped with these throws. Might hit 500.
That's what Vancouver's hoping for, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But he will hand it off to Nordellis, who goes nowhere. In fact, he loses about a half yard. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 37.
This is the one issue, is if Alaska starts going conservative with a run game, can Nordellis get the yards they need to keep the clock moving, or are they going to just stall out?
Well, the Storm haven't had any reason to switch up their game plan. Obviously, with the passing numbers that Cochran has put on today. Quick screen pass over to Nordellis. Nordellis gets his first down yardage and more out to the 30-yard line.
Perfectly executed play.
438 yards for Cochran. 42 of 50 on the day. 3 touchdowns, also 2 picks. Still got a great quarterback rating of 106.5. He's going to line up in an I formation. He's going to swing it out once again to Nordellis. Following his blockers out to the 22-yard line. That was a great play by the generic running back.
He almost disappeared. I couldn't see him for a second.
He is kind of diminutive up against these big, giant linemen of the Alaska Storm.
Sometimes it's an advantage. They can't see you.
Is that a John Cena joke?
No.
2nd and 2 from the 22. Knocking on the door once again is Alaska. They'll take a step back. Cochran over the middle of the field, incomplete. Great hit. I believe that was Agilani coming up and laying the lumber on the big Optimus Klein.
There will be no attitude adjustments on this broadcast. Thank you very much.
Finally, knocking some sense into Optimus Klein, so to speak, forcing the incompletion.
They tried to earlier with a late hit, but it just seemed to make Klein, I don't know, step up his game even more.
Flicked the switch, it seemed. Cochran's going to pass again. Has a man for first down yardage out on the right-hand side. Ducks out of bounds. And that's the fullback, Granite.
What do we got? Granite, and what's the other fullback? Brick?
Brick
build
wall.
Ourselves build a brick wall. We can build ourselves a nice house. Oh, we need some wood.
I was about to say we'll put the Granite fullback on the countertops, and we'll put the brick walls on the house, and we got ourselves a building. Now 1st and 10 for the Storm. Oh, geez, they're gonna call that a fumble.
What the heck?
Recovered by Vancouver, but there's no way they're gonna call that a fumble.
Throw the flag. That ball went flying everywhere. Let's see.
Como trying to make the acrobatic grab. Actually, I think it was Merrill.
He picks up the ball and it just goes flying.
It should just be an incomplete pass.
Yeah,
there we go. There's the challenge. I was about to say, I don't see any reality where Max Paul doesn't challenge this play.
At least he got to lose, not much.
True.
He doesn't need the timeouts, so might as well.
Up by quite a bit here.
Yeah, I don't see the possession there, but we'll have to see. Is it indisputable?
They did call it a fumble on the field, but they're going to reverse the call. Alaska's not going to be charged a timeout, and it's actually going to be called an incomplete pass.
And Max Paul continues to look like a genius.
So 6:59 is on the clock now. 2nd and 10 as Cochran gets the ball back. One of the few blemishes on his day today as he steps back once again, zings it out to the back. Nordellis gets swallowed up after about a 5-yard gain. Agelani out there on the stop once again.
It's so hard to defend this passing offense. They go deep with Klein, and then they're playing back to, protect against Klein, and they dump it down to Nordellis. It's just like, well, which way do we go?
They just have so many different options. Obviously, Optimus Klein having the night he's having. Clifton with the big catch he had earlier. Robert Merrill has caught a touchdown pass. Como's caught 9 catches today, quietly. So it's just been a great game for this Storm offense as another catch by Klein. They're going to mark him just shy of the end zone.
He might dragged him in. I want to see this replay, how close he got. His knee might have been down, but he was trying for it.
I almost want him to get in the end zone at this point. That's the only thing that's missing from his stat line.
Hey. We're neutral here. We don't root for anybody.
That's true. Not rooting for anybody. Just want to see some flashy stats. First and goal from the 1. Cochran's under center. He's going to hand it off to Nordellis, and he's going to walk into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. Alaska's up 40-0. 40-17. Excuse me.
Nordellis showing us his spin. I don't know if he needed it, but it's like, yeah, look what I can do. Yep, actually it was usable.
Nordellis showing off his moves as a runner as well as a receiver today. 2 rushing touchdowns to his credit.
Yeah, Nordellis has almost been more productive than Sanchez. Sanchez has more yards, but Nordellis has been more involved in the passing game.
It's true. He's accounted for 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground and 1 in the air. As he's gotten 14 yards on the ground and 65 yards in the air. Once again, want to thank Andy Hamilton for doing stat duty tonight for this great game here in Alaska. Storm up 41-17, about 6 minutes left to go in this game. Do you see any chance of Vancouver recovering tonight, Matt?
Okay, they get the ball, they throw a touchdown pass, they'd probably kick it, pick 6, onside kick, get the ball back, score another touchdown. I think they're back in the game. What's possible?
Sounds like this. So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm laying out the foundation. Step 1, touchdown pass. Let's see it.
As Jelani makes it out to the 26-yard line. About an average return for him today.
I'm giving Andy some free coaching advice. He should take it.
Something tells me he'd love to have you as quarterback on the team. No offense to Tom Pepper, obviously. Pepper been playing a good game today despite everything that's been going on the other side of the ball with Cochran. But, geez, Sanchez gets swallowed up once again. That was Bryant in there on the stop.
I don't know. I don't think I could handle Andy yelling into my ear like 7. I need to sleep sometime.
2nd and 12 now as the clock continues to run. The clock is the public enemy number 1 for the Legion tonight as they found themselves in a huge hole. They're going to run the ball once again, though, to Sanchez. Sanchez can't go anywhere tonight, though. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
My free advice is just going on. Just no one's listening out there. But here we go. 3rd and 12. They got to pass. Dial up something nice. Actually, just dial up a first down, please.
Ryan Tobin, the newcomer at free safety, came up and made that stop. Pepper has a man over the middle of the field, but it's dropped.
Killian again with a drop. That looked like a should have been. When it hits you in the hands, you just, in this situation, you just got to make the play. And now they're going to punt.
I mean, there is still 5 minutes left on the clock. If they get a 3 and out here, they could feasibly get the ball back and start to kind of get the gears turning a little bit.
They got a fumble on the return. Here we go. It's coming.
Well, we'll see what happens here. We'll see if the Prophet's Matt Wilson, the Bronze Bomber, knows what's going on here. As they punt it away, Merrill will field it. However, he will hold on to the ball out at the 39-yard line of Alaska, and that's where the Storm will take over again.
can only do so much. All right, so I'm interested to see what Alaska's going to do now. Are they going to go into conservative clock mode under 5 minutes here? They do. They're going to bleed quite a bit of time off the clock, but they don't get a first. Anything's possible.
Down by 24 as we ticked inside of 5 minutes. 4:54 left to go. Nordellis is going to make it out to the 43-yard line for a 4-yard gain as we get a look at Ron Cochran's bananas numbers today compared to Tom Pepper.
Channeling a little Gwen Stefani there. I ain't spelling it, though.
Do not spell it. That'll just start all sorts of craziness here in the chat, especially in the chat. Speaking of the chat, I want to thank you guys for coming out. I see Alex Dominguez, Volcano 4, Dabiz Davis, Optimus Klein. I know I saw I'm a effing problem, as well as Mahmoud Ajlani. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Tom Pepper as well, I see you also. Cochran's going to pass again. He's going to check it down to Nordellis. Nordellis makes it out past the first down marker. What a great play. And that
68 just destroyed his man.
And that just keeps it going. It's
unbelievable. Let's see if we can see it on the replay here. Watch this block right there.
Oh, my gosh.
68. Yep.
Laying the lumber there. 68 is the generic guard, Jean Judy. Laying
AKA
the lumber
Judge
on
Judy?
that. I don't know. Maybe he is the judge in his off time.
Guilty of excessive blocking.
Excessive force used on the play. They creep inside of the Legion's territory here at the 49. 3:35 left to go. Cochran's under center, making sure that clock bleeds out. He'll pass, though, but he's going to check it down to Nordellis once again. Nice spin move, but he only makes it out to the line of scrimmage.
I like my spin move, coach. They're pretty good, except he didn't get any yards.
I mean, spin cycle's still pretty nice to watch.
Yeah, he didn't absorb a huge impact, too, so that's nice. Tick-tock goes the clock, and Vancouver, oh boy. They need to just stop the Klein. He's 2 yards away from 300.
Absolutely bananas. The other bananas part is Ron Cochran throwing 60 passes today, or attempting 60 passes. He's completed 50 of them. As he's going to throw again.
Ooh.
Deep ball over the middle of the field, batted away. One-on-one coverage with Marquise Reed, and he was able to bat the ball down and prevent another completion.
Yeah, that was going to be 500 yards. If that, yeah. See, that's how you defend. Well, it's Clifton, but that's how you defend Klein or Clifton. Don't let him get. I mean, sometimes there's just been nobody around them, and I don't understand it.
Both big bodies, both deceptively fast, and it looks like the backup has been put in the game. So that will end Cochran's night. Backup quarterback is Cap Rooney. He holds on them as well. Get a free play as they get a handoff out to the 49-yard line. And backup
Nothing's
running
going
back is
right
Josh
for
Paul.
Nothing's all right for Vancouver on this defensive series.
Not really a whole lot going right for them at all this game, as they're able to get 2 interceptions off of Cochran tonight, but other than that, nothing to really speak of defensively.
So Cochran wound up 7 yards short of 500, and Klein will be 2 yards short of 300. So, still great games for those two guys.
Just great games by 2 of the greatest players in the SFL currently. And obviously Alaska is going to be a force to be reckoned with down the line.
Oh.
Paul able to make another first down out to the 39-yard line as we tick down closer to the 2-minute warning. That'll probably bring us to the 2-minute warning. And we still got some SFL action to go tonight.
Long night of great SFL action. Day and night.
Day and night. On and on and on and on.
Shotgun.
We'll see what he wants to do here.
Yeah, they were just messing with this.
Yeah. I knew he was going to bring it down to the 2-minute warning. Stop fooling us, Storm. 2 minutes left to go here in Alaska. Storm is up 41-17. Tallahassee and Carolina, the nightcap tonight. That's going to be over on Twitch. As check down over to Paul. Paul showing some nifty moves. Showing he should be at the top of the depth chart. Good grief, what a great play there.
Fresh legs. Cap Rooney, I don't know, it sounds like he's 50 years old, but I mean, it doesn't take much to throw a screen pass.
I mean, maybe that's why. He's more, got the soft hands for the holding, and then, just the nice little dink and dunk for the screen passes, the slants, all that good stuff.
When your starting defense can't get the backups on the field, might be some trouble.
There will definitely be some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball, I would assume, coming from Vancouver as they gear up for next week's contest.
Remember Vancouver last year, they started slow and heated up in a hurry, so I have no doubt that there'll be some major overhaul coming out of the playbook.
That is very true.
Andy Hamilton. He's not one to sit on a bad performance like this.
No, absolutely
not. Not to insult that it's a bad performance, but it's not the best I've seen.
Certainly was a slow start coming out of the gate, we'll say that. And they were one of the hottest teams in the SFL last season, as it looks like Alaska's just going to line up in victory formation. Cap's going to take a knee here.
Watch out, Cap. They're trying to Schiano you.
Old Greg Schiano.
Careful. You might have a replacement hip or something.
That's true. That's true. Got to watch out for it. They'll gear up for it, too. They'll find it. Great crowd here in Alaska, despite the frigid temperatures. Probably just another spring day for everybody here.
Yeah, I thought I saw some guys with their shirts off. Crazy Alaskans.
Temperature in the 20s as we kicked off today. Another kneel down from the Storm. And that'll take us down to probably about 30 seconds or so.
They wanted 3 more points. Why not?
It looks like they will line up for a field goal here just to see what they can tack on. Add a little insult to injury.
Well, luckily we didn't have any major injuries today. It was just, a bashing of one side.
That is true. By the way, while we're waiting for this field goal here, be sure to check out our channel over on Twitch tonight. The Commissioner Cameron Irvine and Jermaine Smith will be on the call tonight for Tallahassee and Carolina. You certainly don't want to miss that. As Alaska boots through another kick, Brad Brachet, and he is 3 for 3 today.
It's always good having a star kicker.
It certainly helps. He obviously put 9 points on the board, not like Alaska needed it for this particular contest, but, you never know when you're going to need it in a pinch. So with that field goal, about 28 seconds left to go on the clock. Agilani is going to take it up the field. Sidesteps one defender out to the 28-yard line. There'll be 24 seconds left to go. We'll see if Vancouver just wants to save face a little bit, maybe air it out and see if they can get something on the board.
Yeah, with 24 seconds left, I don't know. Stats, I guess. Fantasy.
Pepper's going to come up to the line. He's got an offset I formation, 3 wideouts under center. From the 28, he's going to take a long drop, deep pass over the middle of the field, and he's got a man. Kate Stevens sneaks back behind the defense. All the way out to the Alaska 25.
I'm sure we're seeing some Alaska backups in that defense as well, so
I would
still a nice throw.
I would certainly imagine so. That was still a great throw. You're absolutely right. They might get time for one more play, and they do, as he clocks it at 3 seconds here.
Last play of the game. Well, see what Pepper wants to do. Just chuck it in the end zone. Who cares?
Might as well go for it. You're at that point right now where you can feasibly get it into the end zone. You might as well do it.
Hey, 99 99.1's nothing to shake a stick at. The shortest Hail Mary ever. Let's see.
Oh, last play of the game, and he gets thrown down. Good grief. Annihilated there at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage. Another sack for this
kind
Alaska
of a poetic end
defense.
to the day for the Legion.
No joke. Good grief. So your final score here in Alaska, 44 for the Storm, 17 for the visiting Vancouver Legion. As we get a look at the final stats here, 507 passing yards for the Alaska Storm.
And only 28 more rushing yards for Vancouver. That's not what you want to see.
Certainly not what you wanted to see from a defensive standpoint if you're Vancouver. Great game for Ron Cochran and Optimus Klein. And to recap some of the other games that we had going on, we had St. Louis and Chicago facing off. St. Louis actually won that game 17-13 over the Wildcats, so a 4-point win for them. And that was a much closer game than ours tonight.
There's that key interception there where they were down 10 and they were driving, but Vancouver, unfortunate.
I feel like that was probably the turning point of the game, unfortunately. But
and then this beauty.
Just an unfortunate turn of events that caused Optimus Klein to rumble and stumble down to inside the 5, and then they score that touchdown to put them up again. Vancouver just couldn't keep themselves in it for long enough. So, as we're looking at it here, any final thoughts we have on this game today, Matt?
Vancouver's got to dial up their defense, allowing 44 points for 500-plus yards, and all those passing yards. Just something you got to work on, but I have no doubt Andy Hamilton will get on it right as this game's over.
So your final score here from Alaska, the Storm 44, the Vancouver Legion 17. My name is Eric Vinson once again. On behalf of the Bronze Bomber, Matt Wilson, and our entire production crew, including our stat man, Andy Hamilton, thank you for watching tonight, and good night. Be sure to stay tuned tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, on Twitch TV. Your Commissioner Cameron Irvine on the call for the Game of the Week. Tallahassee and Carolina from Alaska. Good night, everybody.
Sweet